recent years, the tourism industry in Sri Lanka has really taken off, and it's easy to see why. No longer blighted by civil war, the island nation's glorious beaches, the plethora of incredible archaeological sites, and delicious cuisine have been attracting more and more visitors. The cities in Sri Lanka are home to friendly and welcoming people, while their ancient temples, colonial-era forts, and intricate architectural wonders are just some of the sights you can expect to see. Bordered by beautiful beaches, forest-clad hills, and expansive national parks, nature is never very far away. In this video, we explore the best cities to visit in Sri Lanka. We've collected a list of the top cities to visit in Sri Lanka, so make sure to include them in your list if you're a visitor. At first in the list, number 1, Kandy. Considered by many to be the cultural capital of the country, Kandy is a picturesque place to visit. Brightly colored houses dot the forest-covered hills, and at the center of town, majestic buildings can be found bordering a glimmering lake. As the former capital of Sri Lanka's ancient kings, there's loads of history to devour, as well as lots of fantastic colonial-era architecture. The Temple of the Sacred Tooth Relic, one of the most important Buddhist sites in the world, exhibits some beautiful Kandyan architecture that dates to the 16th century. Number 2, Galle. With beautiful mosques and churches lying next to elegant colonial-era mansions, interesting museums, and a crumbling fort, Galle is full of history and is one of the country's most impressive cities. Located on the southwest coast, Galle is lovely to wander around. Amidst all the historic sites and cultural landmarks, you'll find lots of atmospheric cafes, trendy boutiques, and little art galleries. The highlight is the 17th-century Dutch fort that lies on a peninsula jutting out into the ocean. Particularly spectacular at sunset, the fort is a living monument. Its interior houses lots of souvenir stands and little bars. Number 3, Colombo. Once known as the Garden City of the East, due to its pleasant and verdant appearance, the nation's largest city still retains many of its leafy boulevards and landscaped gardens, despite its urban sprawl and rapid growth. The commercial center of Sri Lanka seamlessly mixes modern malls and skyscrapers with beautiful colonial buildings. A range of architectural styles can be found in the city, with the Murugan Hindu temple being one of the best. You'll undoubtedly come across fantastic restaurants, fascinating museums, and a plethora of great stores. There is also lots of great nightlife to be had. Number 4, Negombo. Although it does not have much in the way of sights, Negombo is a pleasant beach town that is the perfect place to head if you want to just chill out on golden sands. In the past, Negombo was fought over by the British, Dutch, and Portuguese, who wanted to control its cinnamon plantations. The old quarter is still home to a colonial-era fort and Dutch canal. Lying just to the north of Colombo, the city has lots of restaurants, bars, and accommodation options. Its tropical climate is ideal for lounging on the beach. Number 5, Hikkaduwa. With its landscaped gardens, colonial-era buildings, and temperate climate, it is no surprise that Nuwara Eliya has earned itself the moniker of Little England. Immaculate golf courses and a charming post office only add to the picture. Lying in Sri Lanka's scenic hill country, the city is surrounded by tea plantations and forest-blanketed hills. It was once a favorite retreat amongst British colonialists. Due to the unique feel and look to the place, Nuwara Eliya is an interesting site to visit. The surrounding countryside is home to some fabulous mountains and waterfalls. Number 6, Nuwara Eliya. With its landscaped gardens, colonial-era buildings, and temperate climate, it is no surprise that Nuwara Eliya has earned itself the moniker of Little England. Immaculate golf courses and a charming post office only add to the picture. Lying in Sri Lanka's scenic hill country, the city is surrounded by tea plantations and forest-blanketed hills. It was once a favorite retreat amongst British colonialists. Due to the unique feel and look to the place, Nuwara Eliya is an interesting site to visit. The surrounding countryside is home to some fabulous mountains and waterfalls. Number 7, Ella. Located in a beautiful setting with forest-covered hills, sweeping valleys, and picturesque tea plantations, Ella is a lovely place to spend time and is one of the most popular hill country villages. Due to its recent surge in popularity, most of Ella's hotels, bars and restaurants are now aimed at tourists. It can be quite hard to find the authentic side to the town, although it is certainly there if you look hard enough. In any case, the surrounding countryside and stunning scenery are what most people come for. Make sure to hike to some of the nearby waterfalls and temples, as well as to the top of Ella Rock for incredible views of hill country. Number 8. Anuradhapura. First settled around 900 BC, Anuradhapura is home to some of the most impressive ruins in the country. As such, there are a wealth of amazing archaeological sites for you to explore. In addition to the fabulous array of palaces, temples and ancient buildings, the city itself is a laid-back place, with a couple of local markets to check out. The Archaeology Museum is well worth a visit to see its interesting collection of local artifacts. The former capital of the Sinhalese is also home to one of Buddhism's most sacred sites in the form of the Bodhi tree temple. It is still in use, and some colorful festivals take place here during the year. Number 9. Tissamaharama. Known by locals as Tissa, this former capital of Sri Lanka's ancient kings is a peaceful and pretty city that is often used as a gateway to the nearby national parks. Scenically located on the shores of the artificial lake Tissa, which was impressively constructed in the 3rd century BC. Tissa's highlight is the white stupa of Utala Vihara itself, built around 2,300 years ago. While the city is a pleasant place to spend some time, its main attractions are the Yala and Bundala national parks, which are full of wildlife and lovely scenery. The famous pilgrimage site of Hikkaduwa is also not far away. At last in the list, number 10, Unawatuna. A stunning place to visit, Unawatuna's laid-back vibe and fantastic beaches make it an increasingly popular destination. With towering palm trees lining its golden sands and the Indian Ocean's crystal-clear water, it certainly paints a pretty picture. There are some excellent beachside bars and restaurants where you can watch the sun go down. Its proximity to Galle means that it's straightforward to get to, with some excellent scuba diving and snorkeling to be had, as well as lots of excursions available. Unawatuna is a must if you're in the area. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite cities to visit in Sri Lanka? Is there something we missed? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to Greenable if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.